Hi, this is Rich, and today I will be taking you through this, the rather wonderful Beatmaker 2 app from Intua. Now, for anybody who's used any music creation or production software on a computer or Mac before, then this will be an extremely intuitive piece of software for you. Okay, so let's take a little look at the interface of the app then. Here, I've got my drum trigger pad. At the moment, this one's just set up for empty, so I can show you what some of the presets are like later. There, I would insert my effects. So on one that I've already got set up, I've got a bit of reverb and delay going on. I'll show you all the effects later. This is what the keyboard looks like. Up here, we have the little sharing tool where I can import songs from the iPod, export final mixes to SoundCloud, which we can do with that. Similar kind of thing here. I can record samples or open my own samples. So if you've got a WAV that you want to import into here and use, then you can do it via that. A little mixer, so I can just change the panning and the volume on each track. I can see what my master signal is like there. I can solo and mute tracks if I need to. And here, the editor. If I just click on that, that's the loop I set up on drums earlier. I can just shift that forward and back in time, shift it up and down onto different tracks. I can extend the length of the loop. And in here, I've got my little editor, so I can add new notes in, I can take notes out, I can quantize it to the click track. And back to the home screen, let's have a little look at some of the drum stuff. Okay, so that's the kind of quality of sound you're getting. Sounds pretty good to my ears. Just showed you there that you can actually edit individual sample pads as well. So you can also mute things, change the velocity and the tuning as well. So when you load your own samples in, you can have tuning changed each time, which is really cool. Up here, you can load through presets, go into the chop lab and chop up your samples that you've loaded in. Here I can change individual samples. I can change the volume and the panning of them. The tuning there, so this is kind of like just a quick interface to do that. So if I just get out of this one now and go to a blank trigger pad, and then I can load some samples and just show you what they sound like, what kind of different sounds we've got. Violent breaks, that sounds good. Okay, so you can see there I was just playing around with some of the effects, reverb and delay. Obviously you've just got, it's a pretty good delay. You've got a range of different notes you can use on the delay. You can have the normal, dotted or triplet rhythms. And then you've got feedback which you can change and wet mix. But this really cool feature here, this is really useful if you want to change parameters live. So you've recorded a loop and you want to change the parameters using this. You can assign the X or the Y axis to anything you like. So I've got the Y axis on the wet mix, so I can change that to feedback. So if you just get this up, play the loop and press record, it will actually record these parameter changes live for you. So for now, let's go on to a keyboard instrument. So there we've got sub bass. Let's just see how that sounds. So here's a little multi-track recording I've made. I've got my drums here on the first track, I have a bass line there, I've got a lead synth, and I've got some pads going on. I'll show you how that sounds later. But I've only got about 9 or 10 bars of stuff there to work with. So what I'm going to do is just select both of these and just copy them along. Okay, so there you have it, Beatmaker 2. I wish I had a little bit more time to show you some of the stuff this can do, but hopefully I've covered the basics there for you. This will cost you $11.99. A lot of people are saying, well, what's the point in doing that if you can carry around your MacBook with you, which has already got whatever your preferred production software of choice is loaded onto it? Well, for my money, this is actually music creation software rather than production software. The fact that within your iPad here, you've got a drum sample pad and a keyboard with loads of really nice presets, and you can load your own samples into this and do stuff with it. That's really cool. I'm a guitarist. I've always found recording with MIDI, keyboards and controllers a little bit of a struggle, and this is really intuitive and really nice to use. So, like I said, for my money, worth every single penny.